Hello everyone, in this video I am going to see about the next topics in the class 6 NCERT Geography chapter 2, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. In the previous video I have covered about latitudes. Now in this video I am going to say about longitudes. Now let's get into our topic, that is longitudes. Our topic is longitudes. Okay, before going to that, to find a location of a place or position of a place, we need to know something more than the latitude of a place. So we have to know how much east or west that place is. So these lines, for example, we can take the example of Tonga Islands in Pacific Ocean and Mauritius Islands in Indian Ocean are located at 20 degrees south latitude. But they are located in the same latitude. Then how do we know how much west or east it is? So these lines running from North Pole to South Pole provide some references to know how much east or west a place is. So these are called the meridians of longitude. So the lines running from North Pole to South Pole, or the horizontal lines, you can simply, to remember, you can say that the horizontal lines which are running from North Pole to South Pole they provide references to find how much east or west a place is. So these references of lines are called meridians of longitude. These are the meridians of longitude. Now I will draw the diagram of just how only with longitudes. Now I have said that the horizontal lines which are running, this is North Pole and this is South Pole, just a rough diagram. The horizontal lines which are running from North Pole to South Pole. So this is just a rough diagram. So these are the longitudes. Now these size of the longitude, this not the size. So here all longitudes are of same size. And the point is longitudes are of same size. But if we take in terms of distance between each longitude, it decreases towards the poles. So distances decreases. That is when they are formed. These are the semicircles passing from North Pole to South Pole. Or else you can say that the semicircles passing from North Pole to South Pole. So these semicircles passing from North Pole to South Pole are also called as longitudes. You can say that. But latitudes are full circles. These longitudes are semicircles. Now these longitudes are of same size, but distance between them decreases. Okay. But whereas if we come, I have already said that in case of latitudes, what are the latitudes? Okay, I will just show this diagram. This is North Pole, South Pole. I think these are the latitudes. Now if you have these latitudes, then what happens is here the distance between each latitude is same. That is, for latitude, so distance is same. difference. For latitudes, the distance is same between each latitude as we move towards the poles, but the size of the latitude decreases as we move towards the poles. But here, in case of longitudes, same size, they have same size, but the distance between them decreases as they move towards the poles. Okay. Now another interesting, now let me tell you some more important points about longitudes. So, longitudes. So, these actually there are many longitudes. I said that all longitudes are of same size. So it is difficult to find out it is difficult to set the time. So all the countries have decided that the meridian which passes through the British Royal Observatory at Greenwich, British Royal Observatory, Greenwich, England. So British Royal Observatory, that is Greenwich, England. The meridian which passes through this place will be the 0-degree meridian, or it is also called the prime meridian, or it is also called the Greenwich meridian. So this is about the prime meridian or Greenwich meridian. So this prime meridian or Greenwich meridian, it is 0 degrees longitude. So it's the 0 degrees longitude or meridian you can say. So from this only, this prime meridian or the Greenwich, it divides the earth into two equal halves. Towards the, so here if you take this one, okay, let's draw one. Okay, see, this is the 0 degrees meridian or prime meridian. Let's take it as the 0 degree meridian or the prime meridian or the Greenwich meridian. So it divides the earth into two equal halves, towards the east and then towards the west. So it divides the earth into two equal halves, that is towards the east and then towards the west. So towards the east part forms the eastern hemisphere. So this divides the earth into two equal halves. So divides the earth into two equal halves. So the half towards the east to east forms the eastern hemisphere. And then towards the west forms the western hemisphere. So towards the east forms the eastern hemisphere and then towards the west forms the western hemisphere. So this is about the prime meridian or Greenwich. So next, so you have to remember that that part is called eastern hemisphere and this is the western hemisphere. Okay, now let's come back to the topic now. So however, it is very important to know that from 0 degrees from prime meridian to it moves to 180 degrees east and then to 180 degrees west. The count will be like this. So one important point is this 180 degrees east and 180 degrees west longitudes, they both meet at the same point. Meet at the same point, or you can say not same point, you can say that they are on the same line, same longitude, that is the same line. So these 180 degrees west and 180 degrees east longitude, they meet at the same point. You have to, this is just a normal diagram, but you have to imagine it as a, how you imagine cube, like that. So you have to imagine it as a sphere or a ball. So these longitudes, they meet at the same line. Okay. And next. And next, one more important point is, so with the help of that is important thing is nothing but these latitudes and longitudes. Now let's draw a grid about these latitudes and longitudes. Before going to draw a grid, I would like to say one thing, that is, so in our Earth we have 360 degrees 24 hours, right? It moves from west to east. So total 360 degrees our Earth covers in 1 hour, and so this is about 360 degrees 24 hours and west to east. So now one more important point we are going to see now, that is, before getting into that, I would like to say one thing. Now as we know, if we know about latitudes and longitudes, we can easily find the location of places. Let me give an example for that. For example, you can take Dhubri in Assam. Dhubri, which is located in Assam, India. Here Dhubri, which is located in Assam, India. It is located at 26 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees east longitude. So I said that we divide on base of longitude of the prime meridian into eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So eastern hemisphere we denote with capital letter E. West means you can just denote with capital letter W. Okay, just no need of this one now. Okay, now you can see this. Dhubri in Assam is located at 20 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees east longitude. So the intersection of these both, that is the 26 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees east longitude, this intersection will form the location of Dhubri. Now let me tell you about a small activity. Now the activity is, first draw some vertical lines. Okay, you can draw some 4 vertical lines and name them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next, now draw same 5 horizontal lines. Okay, sorry. Okay, just 5. Okay, just how many you can draw. Now A, B, C, D. Now I am marking here with A, here with small point B, and here with C. Now this point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. Now you can find the location of it. Just an activity it is to find the location of location of A. So A is located. So you have to imagine that these vertical lines are east longitudes. So just east longitudes, and these horizontal lines are north latitudes. These are the north latitudes. Okay. So these are the north latitudes and these are the eastern longitudes. Now you find a position on this point. Now find the location of A. So this A is located at 2 degrees eastern longitude and B degrees north latitude. So this point of A is located at 2 degrees eastern longitude and B degrees north latitude. So this is how just you can do an activity and you will get more practice by that. Okay. Now let's come back to our topic. So here I said that the earth takes 24 hours to complete 360 degrees. Earth moves from west to east. Okay. Keep these 2 points, they are very important. Now what I am going to say. So 360 degrees 24 hours means for 1 hour how many degrees? 15 degrees or 1 degree 4 minutes. So how so here don't get confused. You can see 360 degrees 24 hours. That means the calculation will be like here have 360 degrees 24 hours, right? Then okay, let me write this. Okay, now 1 hour 15 degrees and 1 degree 4 minutes. How we'll get this? See here, 360 degrees we have 24 hours. Right? Then for 1 hour, how many degrees? You can just do cross multiplication. 24x is equal to 360 degrees. That implies x is equal to 360 by 24. So if you calculate, you'll get, you can take 3 is 24, 3 ones 3, 3 2 6 0. So here we'll have 8 ones 8 you can take and 8 5s 40. So this x for 1 hour, right? So in this place of x we got x is equal to 15 degrees. So we will have the earth moves 15 degrees for 1 hour. So that is why we got 15 degrees for 1 hour. And how we get 1 degree for 4 minutes means same thing you can convert into how we'll get 1 degree in 4 minutes means same thing you can convert into minutes. So this 15 degrees 1 hour, right? 1 degree 4 minutes. That means here you have to take 1 hour means 60 minutes, right? Just I want to explain the calculation so that it might be clear. Now see here 24 hours 360 degrees, right? Then for 1 degree how many hours? So 1 degree how many hours? So first we'll take hours, then we'll convert into minutes. So let's cross multiply this. We will take it as y. 360 into y is equal to 1 degree. 1 into 24. So y is equal to 24 by 360. So if you calculate 24 by 360, we'll get it in hours. Let's see. 24 ones, 24. So 24 ones. If you subtract, you'll get here. So actually, if you calculate 24 by 360, you will get here in hours. So what we are going to do is we are dividing it with 60. So hours we are converting into minutes. Sorry, I did a small mistake. So hours we are converting into minutes. Then we have to multiply it with 60. If you multiply, these both will cancel. 60 ones 66, and 6 ones, 6 fours. So as we convert it into minutes, we have to say this as y is equal to 4. That means 24 hours 360 degrees. For 1 degree, this y will be replaced by 4 minutes. So this is how we got 1 hour 15 degrees and 1 degree 4 minutes. Next. So now before getting into that, I would like to say one thing. So here this is North Pole, right, and this is South Pole. These are the longitudes and latitudes. So this network of longitudes and latitudes is called the grid. I want to mention this point. Grid is a network of latitudes and longitudes. So grid is a network of latitudes and longitudes. This is one point. Now I'll continue this one. Okay, now we know that Earth moves from west to east. So imagine this lines towards east like that, and this is west. Just imagine this line, and this is the longitude. This is one east longitude, you remember, and this is the west longitude. Now, and this middle one is the 0 degree longitude or the prime meridian. So now our topic is about longitude and how we will determine time with that. Longitude and time. So now I am going to introduce about longitude and time. So this is 0 degrees meridian or the prime meridian, that is 0 degrees longitude. Okay, now so generally first of all, for some time I would like to say one thing, that is generally we can determine the time with the help of the movement of moons, planets and the sun. So actually the sun is the best timekeeper throughout the world. The sun shadow, with the help of sun's shadow we can determine the time. The sun's shadow is shortest at the noon and it is longest at sunrise and sunset. So we can say that sun is the best timekeeper throughout the world. This also you can remember just this. So with the help of sun's shadow, so with the help of this shadow, the shadow is it is shortest at noon. The sun's shadow is shortest at noon and longest at sunrise and sunset. Rise and sunset. Now, this is generally how with the help of sun we can know the time. Now I am going to say how with the help of longitudes we will know the time. Okay. Under longitude and time, I said that you have to imagine this as the prime meridian, and this is the longitude towards the east and this is the longitude towards the west. I said that 360 degrees will have 24 hours and 1 degree 4 minutes and 15 degrees 1 hour. So this is what I have said. Now with the help of this only we are going to see. So when it is 12 noon at this Greenwich meridian, that is when it is 12 p.m. 12 p.m. that is when it is mid noon, when the sun is overhead on this prime meridian, that when it is 12 p.m. all the places along this longitude will experience noon, and the places which are towards, as the earth moves from west to east, right? So earth moves from west to east. So earth moves from west to east. So here if you see, so when it is 12 p.m. at Greenwich, that is noon, all the places along this longitude will experience noon. So, and next the longitudes that are towards the east will be ahead of the Greenwich time. That means 15 degrees for 1 hour, right? So not generally between each longitude the difference is 15 degrees. Difference is 15 degrees. Now difference is 15 degrees. So for 15 degrees there will be 1 hour difference. So as the earth moves from west to east, so the places which are on the east will have 1 hour ahead of the time, that is plus 1 hour. So these places which are along the east longitude will have 1 p.m. the time will be, and which are west will be behind it. When it is 12 p.m. here, it will be 11 a.m. I hope you got clarity. So here we have when it is 12 p.m. that when the sun is on this Greenwich meridian, the places on the east will be ahead of the Greenwich time, and then on the west they will be behind it, because the main reason is earth moves from west to east. This is how we will know the time of a place with the help of these longitudes. Now the question arises, why do we have standard time? Now let's discuss about standard time. So before standard time, just this is about ahead, which are on the east will be ahead of the Greenwich time, behind will be behind the Greenwich time. Now I would like to show the diagram of how these globes and everything will be. Let me show you. Hope you are able to see this. Now, is it okay? Is it clear? Now I am going to show this diagram to you. So here you can see this line is the Greenwich meridian, that is the 0 degrees. So towards the east will be ahead, and towards the west it will be before. So this is what I would like to show you. Okay, now let's get back to our topic. So generally the local time of a place, it can be generally at any place the clock will be set to 12 p.m. of having the time. Okay, of having the time, and so I have showed the diagram, right? In that diagram, towards we are having plus 1 hour, plus 2, plus 3, like that. Here we will have minus, so that is behind the time, and it will be ahead and before. Okay. Now, generally a clock can be set to 12 p.m. at any place, which will give the local time of that place. Local time of any place. Now, let's discuss about standard time. So why do we have standard time? Why do we have standard time is that the main reason is for example in India, let's take an example in India. In India, we have one thing, for example, Dwaraka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. Between these two places, there is 1 hour 45 minutes difference. So, okay. Now, there are two places in India, that is Dibrugarh in Assam, Dibrugarh in Assam and Dwaraka in Gujarat. Between these two places only, we have 1 hour 45 minutes difference in India. So it will be difficult to take for each time. So for a country, we will set one standard time, or we will take one meridian. So in India, in India, our standard meridian is, I will mention here. In India, our standard meridian is, for taking the time, is 82 degrees 30 east. 82 degrees 30 east. So India is located in the eastern hemisphere. So our time will be ahead of the Greenwich time. Okay. This 82 degrees 30 east is also called the Indian Standard Time. IST is also called the Indian Standard Time. Now, okay, this is about Indian Standard Time. Now I would like to give an example. There is a person named Ramesh, you can, any name, or your friend tells you that he will not be able to sleep tonight because the cricket match begins at 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. in London. So he said that they will not be able to sleep tonight. Are you confused? So now I will make it clear. So England means it is at the Greenwich where prime meridian is located. So it means that when it is 2 p.m. in England, it will be when it is 2 p.m. in England, when the match begins at 2 p.m. in England, in India the time will be 7:30 p.m. So why it is that? So we are located at 82 degrees 30 east, right? So this is from 0 degrees to we are located 82 degrees 30 east longitude. So we will be ahead of Greenwich. So it is 2 p.m. If you calculate, we will get that our timing will be 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the Greenwich time, based on the difference of the longitude. That is, between each longitude there will be 15 degrees difference. Okay, now we will be 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the Greenwich time. So when the match begins at 2 p.m. in England, so when it begins at 2 p.m. in England, then in India the time will be 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. and it will finish well tonight. So now the important point is here. There is 5 hours 30 minutes difference between England and our time. Okay. Now I would like to say one more point is that our total Earth is divided into 24 time zones. 24 time zones. Each 24 time zones. Each covers so 24 time zones of 1 hour. That means for every 1 hour, Earth moves 15 degrees. Okay. Now, some countries have a great longitudinal extent. So they will take the they will put many standard times. For example, Russia. For example, Russia has 11 latitudes. Okay. Now, this is about this lesson. Globe latitudes and longitudes, part 2, which I have explained in today. Now, this I would like to give you two important. So, 2 points if you will remember. It should be used to do. Actually, they have totally 180 latitude without including the equator. Without including the equator, there are 180 latitudes and there are 360 longitudes. Okay. There are 360 longitudes and there are 180 latitudes without including the equator. If you include the equator, you will have 181 and longitudes are totally 680. This I would like to mention it like fact. So this is my video about part 2, globe latitudes and longitudes. I tried to explain it as the best. As I tried to explain it as my level best. And I hope you understood this, how we can say the time with the help of longitudes and everything. And for my next lesson, you can click the bell icon and subscribe for my next video.